Hey y'all, just got finished up with work. It's Friday, and that means that it's time to go on a bit of an adventure. Glad y'all could join me, and going somewhere a little close to town. Not going to be too far away from work as I'm on call this weekend, so got to stay close enough to where I'm in cell phone range, and if need be, I can get back in quickly. If this video is cut suspiciously short, you'll know what happened. Anyway, stick with me. We'll see you in a little bit when we get to that campground. Welcome back, folks. Sitting here, got the fire going. Got one of the barn cats has come out, and he's enjoying sitting by the fire. There's one of the area dogs. They're very friendly, and you just want to say hello. But anyway, getting ready to cook up some steaks here in a couple minutes. My wife has joined me, but she wants to remain off camera. But I guess I'll cook her up a steak anyway. I told her if she came out and joined me for a little while that I would cook for her, so she enjoys my steaks. Not going to do it over the fire tonight. I don't have a grate or anything to put over the fire, and it's not a traditional like a fire pit like what you would have at a state park. But I did remember propane, so I do have the Coleman stove at my disposal, which means coffee in the morning, which is always a good thing. So looking forward to that, and stick around. We're going to get that, break out that Coleman stove here in just a second and start cooking up them steaks. I got the old Coleman grill going here, and the thing I really like about this Coleman stove, unlike the, I've still got the one that me and Dad used to use when I was a kid, when we go tent camping all the time, and but it was just a 2-burner. I picked this one up actually off of Facebook Marketplace of all places for $40, and the reason I wanted this one was because it actually has the grill surface instead of just the burners, and so you got one burner, you can cook whatever you want over here, but I prefer the grill surface because that way if you want, you don't have to take like a grill with you if you don't want to cook over the fire. You don't have to take like a grill grate or anything like that. You can just use this, and actually works out pretty nice. So we'll be back with you here in a second as soon as these things are cooked up. Into this, I like my steak as long as you knock the fur off of it, throw a little heat on it. I'm good. I think that anybody that likes their steak better than anything better than I'd say a medium rare is pretty much sacrilege. But I'd say I about nailed it. Just a little above blue, which is fine with me. Cheers, Rex.
Okay, so he got me out here on this farm. I'm not like planning to actually stay out here. I'm just coming for dinner. But it's very beautiful. It really is. I mean, look at all that.
Howdy, folks, and welcome back. Sat out, let the campfire burn down for a little while. Let it burn completely out, and now I'm in the old truck. It's probably about 10 o'clock, and things are settled down. This is a pretty neat place to stay. I found it on Hipcamp. For those of you who've never used Hipcamp before, it's a website where you can go on and you can find like non-traditional campgrounds or camp areas that are rented out just by, everyday people. The one that I found here is not far from the town or the city which I work, just out in the country a few miles, and the lady operates I think a 76-acre farm, and has goats and ducks and chickens and a whole slew of animals, and it's been pretty interesting. My wife joined me for a little while earlier. She was taking some shots. She got I got a new gimbal, and she was figuring that thing out quicker than I ever have, and was getting some neat shots and showing me some stuff with it. So I'm sure that's gonna make this video a little different than the first one, a little less talking, a little more kind of ASMR, and also just pretty shots of stuff. Also was able to get the drone out, and that was nice. Hopefully maybe get some more shots in the morning, and hoping to catch the sunrise. Sunrises in central Ohio, if you're from here, sunsets and sunrises can be absolutely beautiful, because the land's so flat, and you just get really pretty sunrises and sunsets. So supposed to be clear tonight, so gonna be comfortable here in the back of the truck. I haven't looked at the weather, but I think it's supposed to be down in the 60s tonight, so perfect weather to be sleeping back here. I know I promised before, soon we will do a tour of the truck camper. The last couple of weeks, I really wanted to get out, and I wanted to try and do a video a week. I got sidetracked, though, I don't know if you remember in the first video, I talked about how my wife had gone on a trip to Texas to visit some family and to visit a friend of hers from school. Well, she gets down there, has a wonderful time, brings me back some beef jerky from Buc-ee's. Good stuff. And she also brought back a pretty nasty cold. And I got it too. I'm just, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, just at the end of it, of getting over it. So took a week or two off, fighting that. But now I'm ready to get back at it. And, like I said, I'm hoping to try and do a weekly video, and hopefully you'll see my production work improve and things like that. I'm not the greatest camera guy. I know that's kind of funny, considering I spent 20 years working in radio and television. And I actually was a camera guy for the local news when I first started in TV back, well, it was before HD TV, we'll just say that. And yeah, but I'm not one of those artsy guys. I'm trying though. I'm trying. I'll get there eventually. I'm more of a radio guy. But anyway, enough about me. I think I'm going to sit back here. I'm taking a couple classes. Might do some reading for one of my classes, the class that I'm taking over the summer. 4 credit hour classes, a lot of reading. So I think I may knock out a few chapters of that tonight that I got due next week, and maybe read a little bit of the good book to, relax myself to sleep. I'll see you guys in the morning. Take care. Remember to bring propane with me. So, hallelujah for that. There will be coffee. That is the important thing. So, not only did we have good steaks last night, picked up this little deal from Amazon. It's a pretty nifty little setup to make myself a good pour over coffee in the morning. You see the sun's coming up. Really nice. I was able to get up and get the drone out. It kind of scared me for a minute as I was flying it, as it kept giving me a high wind warning. And I'm no drone pilot expert or anything like that. In fact, this is probably maybe like the 5th time I've flown the thing, and said decrease altitude immediately. So I'm like, oh crap, start decreasing altitude, because I was like, I don't want to lose this thing. And it started coming down a little, and then I lost connection. And I was thinking, oh no, did I just wreck this thing? Because that's all I could think of was, man, I've only used this thing a handful of times. I haven't even gotten any content for the channel. I've just been, goofing around with the thing. And I was thinking, I've done myself in. I've really messed it up. Well, no, actually, I could hear it. So I started walking toward what I heard. and eventually it got back into range. It reconnected, and I hadn't flown it into the ground, which was a good thing. I was worried about that when it said lower altitude, and I just started lower. Start bringing it down. I'm like, well, there's trees around here, and some of them are pretty tall. But no, fortunately, that didn't happen. And as soon as I got it back into range, I hit the go to home button. Fortunately, it's a DJI Mini, and so it has the whole feature with the GPS and everything. And it as long as it's connected to my phone and the app on the controller, it will find itself and it will come back. And that is a very useful feature, let me tell you, because as soon as it came into view, then everything was fine. And actually, I took it up another time or two because I still had plenty of battery. Then got a couple more shots of the sunrise. But yeah, that was I tell you what, for a good solid 4 or 5 minutes, that was pretty nerve-wracking. You can see the old truck setup behind me. One of these days I'm gonna do, I know I keep saying it, we'll do a video. As you can see, my bed platform, if you can see it there behind the old Coleman stove, it's not complete yet. I didn't really want to do a full walkthrough until I get that complete. Getting whatever the crud was that my wife brought back from Texas really did a number on me. She got it way worse than I did, so I'm not going to complain that much. She almost missed an entire week of work. I didn't miss work because fortunately the worst of it was over a weekend. But I did. I tell you what, when you're not feeling good, you don't feel like going to the garage and cutting wood and painting and doing all that. So I did not do any of that. I was lucky actually even to get the setup back in the truck. I had taken it out because I had to go move some things, which is the nice thing about this setup. It's very modular. I can pull that bed platform out easy, and I got steam. Oh, look at that. We're boiling, which means coffee is about to happen. All right. I'm going to set this down and get my... Let's see if I can do this without making too much of a mess. All right. So, this morning, just got some good old Dunkin'. If you've never had the blueberry crumble or whatever it is, blueberry muffin, very good if you like flavored coffees. I do like flavored coffees. I don't go crazy over them, but blueberry's probably my favorite flavor. And this one is a good one. It's only available pretty much in the spring and early summer, I've found. But the last time I put in a grocery order, it popped up as saying, hey, this is available when you've bought it before. And I'll tell you what, I was pretty excited to see that because it had been, I think, since about last summer that I had bought it. So, looking forward to it. As you can see here, let's see, try and get the cool shots like the guys who know what they're doing do. Get that pour over. That is going to be good. I can smell it. So comment below, what is your coffee of choice? Normally, I just like a good, something with a little flavoring in it. I do like just a standard old black coffee. Every now and then I get in the mood for that, but there's just something about the flavored coffees. I've had they have Myers department stores up here where I'm at. I think they're a Michigan-based company, and I shop there anyway. But anyway, they have their house brand is Frederick's, and they have a Michigan cherry coffee that is fantastic. And I like to get that whole bean and grind it myself. But yeah, comment below. What kind of coffee do you prefer? I used to be, when I first started drinking coffee, it was because I was wanting to cut down on soda. And soda's, probably a lot of the reason I look the way I look. To be honest, probably a reason for a lot of the reason I am not a skinny guy. I'll set this right here and see. But yeah, quit soda, and to make up for the caffeine, I decided to start drinking coffee. And I don't know if that was the best decision or the worst decision, but I've gotten now to where, man, I just, in the morning, I just can't go without it. And it is rough. I tell you, if you experience me without the coffee, yeah, it's probably not the most fun thing. You can ask my wife. I'm sure if she ever appears on a video, which I doubt, she'll tell you all about it. But anyway, man, it is a beautiful morning out here. Sunrise, absolutely gorgeous. And I told you, like I said yesterday, last night, I don't know what it is. Sunrises in central Ohio, sunrises and sunsets. I think it's because of the, it's not all plains. There's some hills, but for the most part, it's open country until you get into the eastern part of the state. I live kind of like on that dividing line where the northern and the western part of the state had gotten a lot of glaciers come over it. Well, the eastern part of the state and southern, I think that's where the glaciers kind of just stopped, and everything they had pushed up turns into these really nice rolling hills. They call it the foothills of the Appalachians. Now, I spent many, many years of my life, actually, I'm originally from Kentucky, and spent the first little bit of my life in southern West Virginia. So these are not mountains by any stretch. Everybody says, oh, it's the foothills. Well, okay, it's the foothills, not mountains. But anybody who's lived in mountains, you know. But and then in my adult life, I moved back. I spent quite a few years in West Virginia, 15 to be exact, living in the mountain state. Absolutely beautiful country. In fact, I plan on taking many trips there because I know a bunch of great places for dispersed camping. Also some great places, some great state campgrounds, and then you got the National Forest, the Monongahela, and then also down the New River Gorge is now a national park, no longer just a state park. So we'll get down there sometime. I know there's some dispersed camping down along the New River. I know some pretty cool off the beaten path spots down around there that I'd like to share with y'all in the future. Maybe make one of those trips coming up here in the immediate few weeks. Probably not in the next week or so. As like I said before, I'm on call with work and going to be on call with work for another week. So I probably won't stray too far if I get out, or we may make that video I was telling you about and show you around the truck camper if I can get this thing if I can get it completed. Yeah, I've still got to get the bed rug in. Still got to complete the my bed platform. It's very functional as it is. You know, this is the second time I've used it as is, and over my old setup, which I might be able to find some pictures up. I can put up of it if I can. They will be showing right now. But my old setup, this thing's leaps and bounds over that. It's hinged. The top comes up. You can get to storage underneath. Eventually, when it's all enclosed, it's going to look really, really nice. It's just not enclosed. It's just 2x2 framing. And, you know, a little 1/4-inch plywood. I braced it pretty good because I am not a light person. And so far, when I first was thinking about, man, 2x2s, the first one I built was 2x4s. And heavy, very heavy. And it served me very well. I used 2x4s, and I think it was 3/4-inch ply. It was overkill, and every time I got the thing in and out of the back of the truck, it killed my back. My old truck was only a 5.5-foot bed, and it was built to fit in there. This thing, my new truck that I got, or new-ish truck, new to me truck, is the 6.5 foot bed. I think it's 6.7 feet, something like that. I believe is, you can, don't quote me on that, but I think it's like 6 foot 7 inches, something like that. Well, anyway, I built a new bed platform, and it's almost, you know, like sleeping in my bed at home, because I have plenty of room. I finally did get my new mattress that fits this. Just a little, I think it's made for like gurneys and things. Came with a waterproof cover and everything, straight from Amazon. I'll give you show you that in the next video. Pretty nifty little thing. Wasn't too expensive either. But I got that, and first night sleeping on that, I was just using my old foam that I had for my old bed, which didn't really fit the first time. And I tell you what, it was a world of difference. I wasn't losing pillows to places that didn't have any type of mattress underneath. Yeah, it was definitely, this is the setup that I'm going to be very happy with. But yeah, I'm going to get this coffee made, get a sip or two, and then probably get on the road. So I'll catch back up with you folks here in just a minute. All right, I got the first sip. Cheers, folks. Man, a little hot, but man, that is good stuff. Well, folks, I'm gonna get cleaned up here, and I think I'm gonna get on the road. I got some things I gotta take care of this afternoon. Hopefully get this video put together and get it posted up pretty soon. So thank you for hanging with me. I really appreciate it, and come along with me, enjoy the ride home, and I'll just leave you with that. Have a great week, folks.